Hey, welcome back to 12th Man Rant. I'll be your host, Zach Curtis. First up is the Carolina Panthers, which will be our first of 5 10 a.m. starts in the East Coast. Now, last time we saw the Panthers was in Week 5 of 2012, and what would turn out to be one of our only 3 road wins of the year. Now, it wasn't a great game, but upon rewatching it in preparation for this week's game, I was struck by a few things. Team speed was the first thing that jumped out at me. Our defense is incredibly fast. That game, I think, really highlighted how quick and agile our linebackers and linemen really can be. I mean, to see Bruce Irvin chase down Cam Newton, that doesn't happen very often. Second was the needless penalties. Giacomini got called for 2, one that negated a 46-yard bomb to Golden Tate, and another that erased a nice 13 or so yard run from Marshawn Lynch. All in all, the penalties really shot us in the foot, and we were able to get out of there with a win, but I feel if we do that again this year, it won't go so well. And finally, Brandon Browner really stood out to me that day. Not only did he have the strip, fumble, and then recovery, but he also had an excellent goal line tackle to prevent a touchdown late in the fourth quarter. This game is mostly remembered for Cam Newton's inability to hit a wide-open Greg Olsen in the end zone. At the time, a lot of people thought that was Cam Newton having accuracy issues, but upon rewatching the film, I think it's actually more of a credit to Seattle's D. Newton tried to bootleg to his right, but the defense was closing in on the spot where he had intended to throw, forcing him to reset and step backwards and throw from his back foot. That is what caused the errant pass, and if our defense didn't have the kind of speed that we do, that would have been a touchdown and we would have lost that game. So in sum, I think last season's game against Carolina Panthers was a good prediction of what we should expect this time. It'll be a strength-on-strength matchup, their front seven versus Marshawn Lynch in our rushing attack. I think we hold the advantage in the fact that Russell Wilson is much further ahead now than he was in Week 5 of his rookie year. I expect big things from Wilson this year, and this might be a breakout game. He's not going to go all Peyton Manning on their asses, but he should still have a decent game. I think you can expect 250 to 350 yards and 3 TDs. I know that's a bit high from what most experts are predicting. I really think this offense is set to explode, and I know they want to come out hot. Now, one of the exciting things for me going into this game is to see how Dan Quinn does in his first job as our defensive coordinator. Last year when we played Carolina, we did a great job of bottling up Newton and making him mostly ineffective throughout the majority of the game. I hope they can continue that success this year and build off what they've already accomplished. So one of the interesting matchups to look forward to this week will be Richard Sherman versus Steve Smith. Now last year, Sherman did a great job of shutting Smith down, but it did tend to anger Smith, and they wound up having a bit of a tussle halfway through the game. Such an awesome play. It's like a 5'6" guy grabbing a 6'2" dude, just throwing him to the ground. It's awesome. I'm anxious to see if Steve Smith is still bitter and if Sherman is still talking shit. For all you fantasy buffs out there, if you were like me and decided to roll the dice with Golden Tate Week 1, I expect you'll be handsomely rewarded, and as an added bonus, the Seahawks have announced that Tate will be returning punts. So if your league awards points for return yardage, Tate just gets an extra bump. Awesome. This game is not necessarily a must-win situation, as no games really are Week 1, but it would be nice to have a win heading into our Week 2 matchup against San Francisco. Thanks for watching. This has been another edition of 12th Man Rant, and I'm your host, Zach Curtis. Go Hawks! Golden Tate bombs?
Tate bombs?
Tate bombs.
Tate bombs.
Yeah, you're going to see some Tate bombs this game.